All right. Good morning, guys. Today we'll be talking about fundamental analysis. All right. So I explained fundamental analysis in our previous class when I was telling you about sports trading. So I mentioned that sports trading works in hand with what fundamental analysis. All right. So now we'll quickly go to analyze. Analyze simply means when you get a coin, you want to check. There are things you want to see to enable you take decision whether to buy that coin or sell that coin. All right. So there are things you want to see. That research you do on your own. Nobody will help you to do that research. You will be the one to do the research by yourself. That's struggling. That's going to ChatGPT. That's going to Google, going to Grok, whatever means you have and you use for research. That way of going there to make research concerning a particular token is what is known as what? Fundamental analysis. Nobody does that for you. Okay, so in this class, I will explain to you how to do it correctly. And that is why we are here. So follow me. Now, for us to, let's, for instance, want to look at Bitcoin. We want to look at Bitcoin. I want to buy Bitcoin. All right, this is cryptocurrency. Now I want to buy Bitcoin. What comes into your mind is, first, who is the founder of Bitcoin? Who is the owner of Bitcoin? You start thinking, who is the owner? Who is the owner? Who is the owner? You don't know. On your own, you will not know who the owner of Bitcoin is. Then you have to what? Look at, first of all, your Google. Google. Some persons uses Chat GPT. Okay? Maybe you can go to Google or you go to Chat GPT. You ask a question. Number one question: who is the owner of Bitcoin? Bitcoin owner. Who is the owner of Bitcoin? And then it brings up the research and tells you that Nakamoto, Satoshi, or whosoever, I don't know. I think any of these persons are the owner of Bitcoin. But I'm just giving you, for instance, Nakamoto, Santos, or Satoshi, I think something like that, is the owner of Bitcoin. Now, when you know the owner, it's okay. Does this person have a social media handle? When you have known the owner of the person of the coin, if the name is James, let me use James for example. I don't want to bite my mouth. Okay, if the name of the person is James, James is the owner of Bitcoin. Does James have a social media handle? That is why we're here. This is social media. Does James has a social media handle? That is the question you ask yourself. If James has social media handle, which one particular? You can go to Twitter, or maybe possibly ask ChatGPT, please point out the social media handle of the owner of Bitcoin, Mr. James. And then ChatGPT can just help your research become faster. You don't need to start thinking, you don't need to start going to Twitter and start typing names. When you go to ChatGPT, it will give you the handle directly. When you click it, it takes you to the social media page of the person. So you can just ask ChatGPT, and if the person has Twitter, it will take you to Twitter. If the person has TikTok, it will take you to TikTok. If the person has Facebook, it will take you to Facebook. And when the person has Instagram, it takes you to Instagram. So whichever one it took you to, what you do is you're looking at how old is the account. That is the first thing you ask yourself. How old is the account? You open, for example, let's say the owner has Twitter, a Twitter page. You go to Twitter page, you check when was the Twitter page created. You trace back. You can see that maybe the Twitter page was created about 10 years ago, meaning he has been in Twitter for a long time. Then you start checking the post, the daily post. If they post daily, if they post weekly, if they post every 3 days, you just start checking. You start studying the page. You want to understand if that page is real or fake. So you look at the post they have made. Then you look at what those people that like, that comment, that share. What are people really commenting in any of their posts? Are they real? whenever they post an advert for their coin, what are people saying? You understand? These are things you check. You look at, you can take your time and filter, look at 100 comments. You understand? When you look at 100 comments, that tells you something. If they're actually doing something bad, 100 over, if somebody have 90 good score over 100, I think that is a pass mark. You know, 90 over 100 is a pass mark. So when you see that there are a lot of negative comments concerning maybe their project or their coin or something, that becomes a red flag. You'll be very, very careful. That becomes what? A red flag. You can either withdraw or make your decision. So that is how you make decision using what? The social media handle of the owner. You can check also in TikTok, the same thing, Facebook, Instagram. You look at 100 comments in their post. See what people are saying concerning them. You check when they started. How long has the social media been on operation? You understand? You check the pictures. You check if they are posting things like if it's AI generated, or you look at if they are posting more of real, you know, human footage. You know, it's a real account. You study these things to check to see how legit the account is first. Then you can possibly go back to what? The website. You ask ChatGPT, does the owner of Bitcoin, does Bitcoin have a verified website? I think yes, it will pop it out for you. You log into it, you look at the website. When you look at the website, you go straight to what we call the roadmap. Roadmap is, I think, a piece of document that tells you the future of what this project. It tells you the future of this project, what they are about to do, what their expectation is, what their plans is, what their objective, what they want to achieve. You look at it, you follow their vision. You look at the vision. If it interests you, something that interests you, and you like what you like the plans, you like what you see, then you do what? You make what? Decision. Remember, first you look at the social media page. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any of that. Secondly, in this TikTok page, you look at the coin, if it has a TikTok page, and also the owner, the profile of the owner. These are the two things you look at for in the social media. You look at the page of the verified owner of the coin, and if the coin also have a social media page, you also look at it. And you're monitoring what? The comments, how old they have started operating in social media. The comments you see there, you can evaluate more than 100 comments. If you have 50 over 100 good report, or 50, you know, it's a bit average. If you have more, depending. So you look at what people talks about during the comment section. That can also help you to what? To make a decision. Then you go to what? The website. You look at the roadmap, which is the vision, the project, what they have in mind, why they are building this project, the objective. You know, these things, you look at it, and if you like it, it interests you so much, you do what? To make a decision. So your decision, it simply means you either buy or what? You sell. But you cannot sell what you don't have. So the first thing first is what? To buy. So you buy, go ahead and buy the token and hold for a year. You will go ahead, you will buy the token and you will hold it for what? A year. Why I say a year is because it's an investment. When it comes to spot trading is not like futures trading, where you can buy a coin and hold for like hours or 1 day or 2 days, make your profit. No, spot trading need a longer time. So at least a year. Some persons can even hold 2 years, 3 years, depending on their psychology. You know, and you understand. So that is what spot trading, and that is why you need to do what? Fundamental analysis. So you buy the coin and you hold it. Then lastly, after 1 year, you come and look at the coin. If it has done well, of course, if you buy coin when it was $100, and then by the end of the year, you go and look at it, it's now $1,000. You have made profit now. You just sell your coins, take your money, and enjoy yourself. That is that about what? Spot trading. And these are the things you need to do before you make your decision to buy any token. Thank you very much for today's episode, for staying with us up to this time. So please, if you're actually here and you're listening to me and you're following me, make sure to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you stay active whenever I upload another content such as this. Thank you very much for your time. I love you. Keep it up.